people would be like, oh, I'm going to go on Instagram. I'm going to post a story about my most vulnerable thing. And everyone, I think, would get like so excited being like, oh, is this influencer going to open up about something that makes them relatable to me? And it was always like, I get breakouts and like, which is valid. Like that's a vulnerable thing. But I was just like, this is like the Diet Coke of vulnerability. And like, this is just not. So I just was like, okay, I'll meet everyone where they're at. And that was in Skincareville. And then I was like, I just can't do this.
Welcome back to OK Sister Podcast. My name is Mads.
My name is Scout, and we're so happy that you are here.
I'm feeling at peace.
I'm feeling so much love, actually.
And you know why?
Oh, okay. Yes, why?
Because I've been reading Gabby Bernstein.
Okay. You know what?
And you sisters know from the episode of the 10 books that changed our lives, you mentioned, and you've always been a Gabby Bernstein enthusiast. Again, the branding still doesn't sit perfectly with me, but that is okay. I'm willing to look past that because it is exactly what I need in the mornings to jumpstart my mindset into getting, and we talked about this on the way over here. Every spiritual book, like once you get into spirituality and this world and industry, everyone's saying the same thing, right? It's all just regurgitated the exact same thing. It's just said in different ways. Yes. And some ways touch others more deeply, whatever. So a lot of what she's saying are things that I've read in the past, but it's just nice to be reminded of those things. And so I highly encourage everyone to always have one of those types of books on deck that you can read in the morning because gets you in that mindset right away.
Yeah, and then you can go back to and see what you underlined.
Yeah.
You know what? I should get one of her books and do that as like a nice little meditation in the morning just to read
totally
a couple pages, which you told me you were reading Gabby Bernstein in the car on the way over to this recording, and I should have responded with a little bit more enthusiasm because I've been trying to get you.
You really were like, oh yeah.
Sorry,
Which,
I know. Didn't
whatever.
realize that was my response because I've been trying to get you to read Gabby Bernstein since the beginning, and maybe I wasn't as enthusiastic around it because I know that you already know most of these principles already.
Right. If this was like my intro into spirituality or manifestation, then it would be a little more exciting. But yes, it is very...
Yeah, because Gabby Bernstein is such a gateway into spirituality.
Right, she's foundational.
She's amazing, and she's approachable. She was... the books that I was reading when I started walking down my spiritual path, which is why I find
you did The Universe Is Your Back.
I did Spirit Junkie first, which is her like very, very, very first book. Very different vibe than her other ones. And then I did Universe Has Your Back, and I read both of them on my first trip to Tulum, where I had my first like spiritual awakening moment. And I did that before all you other bitches did that.
And then we returned to Tulum, and it was taken over by the cartel, and they were trying to give us cocaine in the bathroom.
It was taken over by the cartel, which was a big fucking bummer.
Which was a big fucking bummer. The cartel.
But I am going back to Tulum in a couple months, so.
Anyways.
It is my happy place.
I will say that you weren't really entirely the influence for Gabby Bernstein.
Oh, someone else recommended it to you after I recommended it 30. I'm your primer in life.
You're
the primer gets no.
The older children are primers.
The primer gets, okay, in like a makeup skincare line. The primer gets no fucking attention. The foundation gets all the attention. I'm the primer, and then someone else comes in and puts some foundation on your face, and all of a sudden you are available for whatever it is I'm trying to prime you for.
I confirm.
Okay, so who was it? Give it to me. Who was it?
Tinks. She was the one that read.
Oh my God. That hurts extra hard, I think.
Tinks read Super Attractor, which is the one that
did Tinks read Super Attractor? Did Tinks read Super Attractor?
Tinks read Super Attractor at a point of her life where she was like floundering in her career. This was before her TikTok popped up.
Also, no shade to Tinks. I love her.
And she was reading Super Attractor, and it completely shifted everything for her. And that's when her TikTok popped off because she applied the rules in Super Attractor. So I was like, oh, maybe my TikTok will pop off if I read this. No, but actually, then she was on Gabby Bernstein's podcast, which was delightful.
Oh, I didn't listen to that episode.
Yeah.
I listen to Gabby Bernstein's podcast every now and then. I like Gabby Bernstein because she is spiritual, but she is super, super grounded in like our lifestyle. Like she's friends with Melissa Wood. Like, you know what I mean? She's not, sometimes the spiritual community can be so insulated and so different
Sure.
than, you know, the average folk that it can be a turnoff, right? Like
right. It's not accessible.
It's not accessible, or it's just so different. And I love Gabby Bernstein because she's so rooted. I mean, there's a thing in the spiritual world. There's 3D versus 5D, whatever. Gabby Bernstein is so in the 3D, and that's what I appreciate about her, because I am a spiritual person who loves applying spiritual practices to the 3D, because I believe that we are human beings.
We are living in the
We are living in the 3D, and we chose to incarnate on this planet and be human. And why, my personal opinion, like going to the 5D, I feel like negates the human experience that we're supposed to be having right here and now. And so I love how Gabby Bernstein is so much more grounded in the reality of today's world.
Yeah, I feel you. Anyways, so that's why I'm at peace.
Oh, I love that. I was going to say I'm feeling so much love because as we're recording this intro, we're back in the studio for our second round of recordings, and we've released 3 episodes so far at the time of this recording. And so we've unveiled the rebrand to you sisters and the DMs, the reposts, like what you guys are saying about this new version of OK Sister podcast is warming my heart. And I've never felt like we've obviously felt connected to the sisterhood for the last 6 years, but the last couple weeks I've felt you guys so much. And so we wanted to read a review of the week since one of you sisters left us such a great review earlier this month. The title of the review is "This is a Must Listen." Great hosts, great guests, great content. OK Sister hits the podcast trifecta. Scout and Mady keep it real and help shift our mindsets. And I'm excited for the elevated in-person interviews. This is a must listen and a must watch.
Did you hear that? The podcast trifecta.
That's right, baby.
Wow, look at us. We should get that tattooed on our butts.
Podcast trifecta? It's like the Holy Mother Spirit Grail, whatever.
What was it? Good guests?
It's great hosts, great guests, great content.
You heard it here first. OK Sister. Thank you. What was the username?
The username, Apple, I don't like the
Apple review usernames are fucking wild.
Mia NKC, which sounds
Thank you,
most
Mia.
likely her name. So
Mia,
thank you, Mia.
Thank you, Mia.
We love you, Mia.
You were like, which camera do I look?
But we're reading all of your DMs, all of your reviews. So we're going to
Yes.
be shouting you guys out. So if you want to leave us a review, you can do so on Apple Podcasts. And we're going to be reading them out loud so we can hear directly from the sisterhood and see what you guys are saying about the podcast.
Yay, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Okay,
all
so-
right, let's get into this episode.
Yes.
So we had Miss Jade Iovine on.
A full circle moment, since Miss Jade Iovine was our first
guest on OK Sis.
ever.
6 years ago, which was so insane. And we were like, okay, we need to bring you back for the video of it all because you're gorgeous. And she has her own podcast, so she's seasoned. And
Dude, she's funny.
she is funny. I don't remember her being funny
I was
6
gonna
years
say
ago.
that on the podcast and be like, I don't
Like, we're
remember
gonna-
how
well, but
how
that's-
smart as a whip you are.
But that's what is so telling about her trajectory over the past 6 years,
Totally.
because back then she was trying to be a skincare influencer, and she says in this episode that did not fit her. Like that was not the right fit for her. It's not who she was. And then now she's a podcaster, and it feels so much more within her authenticity, or like what she's supposed to be doing, alignment.
I felt as if she was so comfortable,
Yes.
so herself. She's like literally doling out these one-liners that are fucking hilarious.
Yeah, she's awesome.
So witty.
Yeah.
And it was such a great conversation. So we did kind of have a crossover. Jade talks about her podcast, which is a mental health podcast, but it has a very different perspective than other mental health podcasts. And so we wanted to ask some of the questions that she asks her guests, but then we also wanted to expand on that and kind of do a crossover between that and the 73 questions that Vogue does.
Yeah, so it's basically like a 73 questions with Jade, but
A little mental healthy, but also
a little
like
mental healthy.
You'll see. It's like has that like little Jade flair to it, I feel like. So we talk about what we're procrastinating on. We talk about what's annoying us. What else do we talk about? We talk about what's in our shopping carts that we're not purchase
Right.
on.
No, the questions were good. I was really proud of us for coming up with those.
Oh, you mean me? Because you were like really proud of me for the questions that I came up with.
I think I came up with some.
Yeah, but you were like very impressed with mine.
I was very impressed with yours.
Thank
Those
you.
were really good.
Thank you. Yeah, so it's like a rapid fire / conversation. And so you guys are going to love Miss Jade Iovine. So we would like to welcome back for a second time, Jade.
Jade.
Hi.
Jade Iovine.
Thanks for having me.
You were the first guest
How crazy
on
is
Okay
that?
Sis podcast.
I can remember us sitting together, but I can't remember where it was.
I don't even know what we talked about.
I think we went
know what
to
we
you,
talked about.
or did you come to us? I don't remember.
I came to you guys. I remember your mom was there.
It was
right.
Of course she was. It was at our mom's old office.
Yeah.
And we would
I
have
remember I parked illegally.
great.
Yeah.
And you're here to tell the tale.
I know.
Yeah. But I remember that was when you were doing your skincare.
Oh, God damn it. Jesus Christ. We're really starting off guns blazing. Okay.
Okay, but I was gonna ask, like, what happened?
What happened is that I don't get, people would come up to me being like, oh my God, I like have this cystic acne. And I'd be like, I don't give a fuck about your cystic acne. What happened was I like to buy, I have a chronic shopping issue. And so I would buy shit all the time. So I thought, hey, let me turn this into something lucrative. And then I was like, you know what really happened was I was like, I think if you imagine yourself having the utmost success in whatever you're doing and you're like, oh wait, I don't actually want that. Like I was like, okay, if I whatever the beauty blogger, like, you know, whatever the highest point of that would be, I was like, I don't even want that. Like, so what am I doing this for? You know what I mean? Whereas like if in podcasting, I'm like, if I, you know, succeed in that, I'm like, oh, that's something I really want, you know? But I think like at the time, that's where it was still girl boss era. It was still millennial pink. It was where the only thing women were really opening up about and connecting about was like skincare.
Yeah.
Like,
there was a huge, I mean, I fell into it. I fell into
It
the
was
trap.
a pillar of this podcast for
Completely.
like 2 years. And I went from using Cetaphil to Mady.
Which, look, Cetaphil is fine.
Yeah,
You
I'll love to
prescribed me like a 10-step thing.
Oh,
I
was
did
like
it all
Korean-
in one day.
Korean
and then
skincare.
I texted her and my whole fucking face was broken out.
No, that's the Lord telling you that this isn't right. No, truly. And I feel like at the time I was like, you know, like people would be like, oh, I'm going to go on Instagram, if Instagram Live was even a thing, but whatever. I'm going to like post a story about my most vulnerable thing. And everyone I think would get like so excited being like, oh, is this like influencer going to open up about something that makes them relatable to me? And it was always like, I get breakouts and like, which is valid. Like that's a vulnerable thing. But I was just like, this is like the Diet Coke of vulnerability. And like, this is just not. So I just was like, okay, I'll meet everyone where they're at. And that was in Skincareville. And then I was like, I just can't do this anymore. I can't do this.
You brought up such a great point, which is that so many people think they want something and then they realize that the actual job sucks. That is me and being an influencer every day.
Yes.
Like I wake up and I'm like, I really should be an influencer. And then there's a reason why I am not like the traditional influencer 6 years later is because I don't like the actual fucking work to do the influencer.
You don't like the journey.
Yes.
I don't know the journey.
Totally.
And it's like we glorify certain things and every career or profession or, you know, whatever you want to do, it always comes with that shit part of it.
But Jerry Seinfeld said, it's what are you willing to suffer for?
Totally.
It's not that you're ever going to not suffer. It's what are you willing to suffer
I
for?
am willing to suffer for this motherfucking podcast.
Amen.
Yeah. I'm not willing to suffer for reels of my outfit. It just doesn't happen for me.
And like people would be like, oh my God, you didn't post like the link I asked you for yesterday. And I was like, I am a slave. Okay, I don't want to take that over, but I am literally, I work for these people, like my fault, and I hate this. I'm like, you think influencer, like you think it's this free job or like skincare blogger, whatever the fuck I was. You think it's like this, and it's wonderful in a lot of ways, but it's like you really work for your audience. And if you don't post for a long time or, you know, like they want to know what you're doing and they feel entitled to your information because you work for them. Yeah. So I think it's like a lot harder than people like all respect and love for influencers because that shit is woo.
Oh wait, so what made you realize that the next step would be podcasting? When you decided to take that second step, was that what you were thinking of? Like, what do I want to do long term, day to day?
Yeah, I think if you take the Venn diagram of like what I was doing, what I'm doing now, it's like connecting over things like that. Like I wanted to like talk about real shit. I always wanted to like talk about what made life hard. I always wanted to talk about, I always just felt like, especially in that time, there were all these aspirational podcasts. There were so many like How I Built This and all these other wonderful podcasts. But like, I remember I'd be driving and I'd listen to one and I'd get to my meeting or wherever I was going and I'd be like, I feel like I should have gone to a different college. I feel like I should have started 15 years earlier.
That's how I feel when I read Lean In by Sheryl Sandberg. I was like, well, fuck me.
Yeah. And I think some people find that inspirational. And there
Totally.
is an aspect of it that is, of course. But I just always felt inadequate, or I felt like where's the struggle? Where's like the interesting part that I can learn from? So I just was like, and luckily the tides were kind of turning already toward like more open, vulnerable content. And I just was like, anytime I've ever gone through anything in my life, all I wanted to know, I didn't really necessarily want a 10-step guide to deal with it. I wanted to just sit in the shit and know that someone else had felt as badly as I did, or had coped as poorly as I did, which is, I'm pretty talented at that. But yeah, so like I was like, where is that? Like, I just want to listen to a podcast that's just like those hour-long conversations with your friends that are so hard to book now because you guys have to like send out a Google Cal invite to like get your fucking friend on the phone.
You can't meet with your friend. I do like 3 weeks in advance.
Right.
Like,
And sometimes you just need to like commiserate and be like, oh my God, no, I sucked at life worse today. And that's what that is my podcast.
I love it. Okay, so we put together a little list of some questions inspired by your podcast.
Okay.
Because and I was telling Scout this, like it's so refreshing because there are so many mental health podcasts. I mean, Scout has bipolar disorder. She is like qualified to talk on mental health, on what's going on. But it feels like there's just, and it's so serious and it's so like,
I know.
Whereas with your podcast, it felt just this breath of fresh air where you're not like sitting in the misery, but you're kind of just like everyone's laughing about the shit together. And that's what we're going to do today.
I appreciate that. Yeah, no, sometimes you just want to say, this sucks. I suck. Life sucks. Everyone sucks,
Yeah.
And not, like you said, not like really like, it's not misery at all. It's just like, I haven't showered for 6 days because my depression has gotten horrible. Like just sometimes there is some funny shit involved in
Exactly. And also just saying that out loud. I mean, what do we always want our partners and our friends to tell us when we go to them and need to vent or complain or just get something off our chest? It's not a fixing moment. Right. It's not an inspirational moment. It's a, wow, that sucks, and that sounds really hard.
Holding space.
When you say that, just like diffuses you. Like all of a sudden, I imagine it being like a block of ice, and someone just like put a hammer in it, and it completely melts down to the floor. That's what it feels like.
I'll tell you a very superficial example. So, and this is something I'm teaching my fiance at the moment. He's a very solutions
man.
He's like
men.
So you're married. You're marrying a man.
Yeah. So I'm marrying a man.
That is
very
the
solutions.
what's it called? The universal
trait.
like
that, and they
challenge?
take 8 hours to shit. Yeah. That literally those two things.
Poop?
Yeah.
Yeah, they sit in
They
the
sit in the
bathroom.
bathroom for yours doesn't.
Oh my God, you're so right.
Every man sits in the.
He says I had to sit.
Yeah. It takes me 2 seconds. You don't even know if I peed or pooed. You really don't.
Same.
You have no idea.
Oh,
And
you
I
know,
hear
because
that
mine's an
dads use
atomic
it.
bomb when you leave. So it's,
But men are like in there. They're filing taxes. They're doing all kinds of
That is
shit.
true. They
I
are
hear that
sitting.
I hear that it gets even more when you have children. This hasn't
they're
like
hiding.
really
Oh, 'cause
happened
they're
with my
hiding.
kid, but yeah.
No, I'm gonna take off all the doors.
It's that movie. This
in
is
my house.
40.
There's
when Paul
memes.
Rudd is
Yeah,
sitting.
there's memes where they're like, I have to go to the bathroom. And it's like a thing where they get a 45-minute break in the bathroom.
Yeah.
My example. So basically, it was my engagement party this past weekend, and I went to get my makeup done because I don't know how to do my makeup. And I went to Nordstrom because I was just like, I like whatever. They do it easy. It's easy to get a appointment. And this girl, I think, has never put on makeup in her entire life.
No.
Like,
Oh, no.
I should have taken a photo, but I was so angry that I was like, I can't. I was like trying to film a vlog, a day in the life. I was like, well, day in the life over because bitch, no one is seeing this. I look like a clown.
Oh
and so
my
I
God.
text Ben and I'm like, oh, I look like a clown. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you'll see. And I get home and he like knows like not to approach me. And he looks at me. I'm just like, get away, get out of the bathroom. And I'm like crying as I'm trying to salvage this. Like we're literally leaving for 30 minutes. And he's just like, you are always upset when you come back from Nordstrom. Like, why don't you try to get a makeup lesson or something? I was like, shut the fuck up. I don't want a solution right now.
I think we've all been there.
We need to just wipe it off and start over.
Yes.
So then I told him when I was a little calmer, I was like, in those moments, like maybe not a solution.
Yeah, please God.
Exact moment.
It's amazing how that is probably all heterosexual couples' biggest challenge.
Totally.
Like universally, we can all fucking relate
Totally.
that men and women communicate very differently when emotions are a little bit heightened.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But like back to what you were saying about like, I totally agree. I think there's a lot of mental health, and even just that word, like I have a visceral reaction to it now. Like I'm like, like it
It's
just
a buzzword
like
now.
because it's a buzzword. It's so serious. It's so serious. And like, yes, mental illness can be serious. I get whatever. But sometimes you just want to like talk about the little symptom. And just by the way, you don't even have to be mentally ill to listen to my podcast. There's most of it is just like being a human being and like being like, why do I have to do small talk at these parties? Why do I, like, how do you have sex in Spanx? Like, just all that shit that's like real.
That reminds me. I got Skims for the engagement party. They split down the vagina. Just a slit.
Wait. On
Brand new.
purpose or they broke?
Oh, they broke.
Okay.
What
so
do you mean? Oh, you thought there was
maybe
like easy
yeah,
access?
Yeah.
Well, there is.
I
like there's a lot of there's holes because for peeing you can like pull the. Oh, maybe it didn't split. Maybe it. Yeah,
that's
maybe.
what I'm saying. I was like, I think you didn't understand the product.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the pee hole.
Oh my God, you're gonna go on like a PR campaign.
I got home and I was like,
You need to apologize right now to Skims. You really need to.
I was gonna email them.
You owe
and
them
say,
an apology.
"Give me another."
Well, honestly, you should still do that.
I should still email them saying it split down the vagina. No, that was
That's
Okay,
amazing.
wait,
so
wait,
that was-
can I
that
do
was-
one horror story that's coming off that one? In Tulum, I'm not going to say the brand, even though I DM'd them and they saw it and they did not answer me. I wore a white bathing suit in Tulum.
Oh, I think I know.
I went into the pool. It was like a plunge pool overlooking the ocean, like super sexy. And my husband was like on the other side and he was walking towards the pool and I was going to walk out. And I was like, this is going to be a moment where I look fucking awesome and my husband sees me walking out and so I like I'm trying to be sexy and I'm like walking out of the pool and my husband screams, everyone hears, babe, your bathing suit is see-through and I can see your vagina. Like the whole bathing suit was so see-through that you could see everything. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh my God.
So a different moment.
Yeah.
I've had.
Yeah, but I did, talk to the brand and no one got back to me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was upsetting. Okay, let's do our questions. This is a mix though of like 73 questions with Vogue and Jade's podcast.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. This is taking from your podcast. What's annoying you this week?
Oh my God, fucking everything. I feel like people are like kind of crazy right now. Like I feel like I know we're not supposed to use the word crazy, but like I really feel like people. I don't know. I think I don't feel like people like that word.
We like that word.
Yeah, me too. And people are just, I don't know, people are bugging me. I'm PMSing. So like, that's really, like beware when it's that time of the month for me. What's annoying me? Like, I got to think about that for a second because there's definitely a lot. It's like, where do I even begin?
What is annoying me right now? I don't know.
I'm like trying to think of my life. Oh, I mean, partially that I'm trying to watch John and Kate +8 over and my husband refuses to watch it with me. So like that's annoying. Oh, that my husband watches shows when I fall, like continues to watch the show after I fall asleep.
Jail.
Which
Jail.
like come on. And then he like has the audacity to give me homework in my own house. Like he's
like catch up.
Yeah, and I don't want to catch up. I
jail.
want to watch John and Kate +8 instead. Reruns.
Jail.
Which is like that's how you know I'm mentally ill is because I watch that show over again.
Yeah, I was wondering why.
It's kids screaming and like
why?
It's the most stressful show. I don't know why.
I love it how John and Kate kind of pop up in the tabloids every 3 years, and we're like, really?
It's
like,
for me. It's for
it's
people
for
like
you.
me.
It's for you. Okay, I was like,
wanna
really?
know where
There's
they're
still
at.
a community base around John and Kate.
Yeah. So that is annoying.
That's
me
annoying,
when he
yeah.
watches shows after I fall asleep.
Yeah, no, that's.
But there's more. I'll think of it. It'll come to me.
I can give you one.
Okay.
My daughter's learning to talk, but she can't yet. So it's always
Oh. Yeah.
and pointing. And sometimes in my head, I'm like, girl, if you say one more time,
Like I need a vowel.
I'm like, I need a different sound.
Yeah.
Can we do ooh? Because that could be some variation for me in my day. That is for some reason. And it's like at the end of the day where it's just like.
You've heard one too many.
I've heard one too many as, that's annoying me.
I get that.
Oh my God. Why can I not? This is so weird. I feel like I find everything annoying.
I know. I know why. Like we're so peaceful right now.
I know.
Maybe
I'm
we're just
like,
I
look
think
at me in my
it's the
white
podcasting
set.
vibe. I think we're in our element.
It's the bouquet of it all.
It's the bouquet.
Oh,
know?
we're bathing in bouquet.
Should we go to the next one?
Yeah, let's do it. Do you wait for your low fuel light to go on before getting gas?
I'm like, were you in my car this morning? That's really funny that you say that. My husband literally is on my ass about this because I will like, I'll be in my house with zero miles. Like
I'm in zero.
I'm like of the toxic belief that like when it says zero,
It's not zero.
it's not zero.
You have another 30 minutes.
100%. So yeah, no, I absolutely procrastinate everything in my life, including getting gas.
I used to procrastinate that, and I had the Tesla, but I'm just not competent or know what to do should my Tesla run out of charging.
Yeah.
So I'm a little extra scared because I don't feel like it's as easy of a fix.
Yeah, I think they come rescue you. Like I think Tesla
they do.
comes
Tesla
and
comes
yeah,
rescue
No, they
you.
do.
They
They
have
have
a rescue
Tesla
team.
roadside.
But like
I'm
now
just
I'm like, shit, I think I need to renew my AAA. Like, oh my God, there's a lot of things. This is reminding me of a lot of shit.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, I definitely wait. I'm toxic.
Oh,
in
I
that
know
way.
what was annoying. Ugh,
What?
easy. I had to renew my passport yesterday.
Ooh.
And just like, one, didn't remember that I had to take a photo. So I looked like shit.
Oh my God, that happened to me at the DMV.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I was. My fiance was like, yeah, what are you talking about? We're getting it renewed. I was like, well, you need to tell me so I can get a Brazilian blowout.
I
Like,
had
what are you
not,
talking
I
about?
didn't even have chapstick on. Like
Oh
I
my
had
God.
nothing on, and so now I just keep both IDs with me because I can't let go of the old one.
Oh my God,
the
you're
new one is
so
so disgraceful.
because you have a good one.
nobody even
such a good old one.
Oh shit.
Nobody even sees them on. I mean, the driver's license,
No,
I kind of like put some makeup on. I still looked like fucking shit. But the
yeah,
passport, I
the
feel
passport
like
no one sees. I know. And then it was just like $250.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
why is it
Yeah.
$250? Like,
Yeah.
I hate like random
charges
that I just was like, oh, another $250.
Every
Like,
time I've renewed my passport, it's always been an insane situation where like
Totally.
I had to do it. I needed it tomorrow,
Right.
and always been a nightmare.
expedited the whole
Yeah.
thing. So that's it's. Yeah,
I get
I'm a low
Valid.
fuel. Okay, back to low fuel. Sorry.
I know what's annoying me this week.
Oh, okay. now they're all
now
They're all
Yeah.
coming back. Adam and I bought SeaWorld passes because now we have a little girl, so we need things to do on the weekends with her. So we bought the SeaWorld pass. We're getting it online, and we got like the sale because they were having a 60th anniversary sale, and we got $40 off. We're like, great, $40 off. Love it. As we're checking out, there's a $21 service fee to process the fucking card.
It's giving Airbnb.
And I'm like, you know what? Go fuck yourself with your $20 servicing fee.
I live in fear because I know when I have kids, like the one rule, I don't even care if they're fucking heathens, like the one, I won't let them go to zoos or SeaWorld. And I feel like it's going to be a big point of contention.
because
like, I feel
of,
like people
because
are
of
gonna
animal
think
rights.
Oh,
Yeah.
animal rights.
But I think people are going to think I'm fucking crazy.
So here's
Like,
the
my
thing.
in-laws are gonna think I'm
Here's the
nuts.
thing is that I was an avid
Anti-SeaWorld.
anti-SeaWorld boycotter.
Yeah.
Like full on was speaking about the whales in my sleep. True
Yeah.
story. I'd be like, we have to save the whales. My husband's like, the whales are okay, and
Yeah.
put me back to bed. Like after I watched
Blackfish.
I watched it like 6
Blackfish.
times. I had nightmares. I was so about it. Then I had a daughter.
Yeah.
And I was we grew up at SeaWorld. We grew up at the zoo.
Yeah.
We're from San Diego. And I was like, you know what? I think I have to take her back.
Yeah.
And I took her,
And she had fun.
and seeing, my mom was right,
Yeah.
seeing her face when she saw Shamu jump out of the thing.
Oh,
I have a video.
Yeah.
She's looking like this, and then the whale jumps out and she goes like this. And then seeing her wave
Right.
at the dolphins.
Oh.
And I totally understand the ethical issue with this.
I know, it's tough.
And how it is not natural for people to see animals in a show. We are very, very fortunate that our father has a boat, so she
Yeah.
will get a proper ocean education.
Oh, that's very nice.
But there is also like there's a lot of amusement park aspects to it. So there's
Yeah.
like this huge jungle gym that she can run on.
Yeah.
no, there's
And
other
so
aspects.
No, it's lit. Trust.
yeah.
I love that place. But
SeaWorld is lit.
yeah,
Yeah, no.
It's hard.
it's hard. It's hard.
It's hard.
It's
all
difficult.
hard.
I broke my moral code. Okay, next
For
thing.
children, we will.
This is kind of similar, but what's the one thing you're procrastinating on?
Fucking everything. If there's something, if I have to do anything, I'm procrastinating it.
But do you know that procrastinating is actually not as bad as we think it is?
I'm
Look
agreeing.
at me. I'm like Adam Grant. I read in one of his books. He was like, there is this healthy amount of pressure that happens when you're procrastinating.
Yeah.
That actually ends up helping you to get it done faster.
Yeah.
Actually, it's fine to have a little healthy amount of procrastination.
yeah, like I need a deadline or it's not happening.
Exactly.
But too much procrastination, I find, which I am such a procrastinator, it's something I'm trying to work on. The amount of mental energy
Right.
it takes
Ugh.
up of
No,
just
I know.
thinking about
Thinking
that
about
you
it.
haven't done it.
Totally.
Like right now, IRS or the California government keeps sending me this tax bill for a business that I literally shut down 8 years ago. And it's taken me like 6 months to call them and be like, I'm not paying this because my business doesn't exist.
Right.
That business doesn't exist. I finally called last week. They're like, oh, we're so sorry. We'll reverse the charges, but you have to call this other person to let them know. They transferred me. The call dropped. And I'm like, well, going to procrastinate on that second call now.
For like, that's another 6 months.
Of course. No, I have a toxic trait where I have to stress myself out to the nth degree with every single thing I have to do, big or small, and I just have to wait till the absolute very last second I have to do it.
Are you a big procrastinator, Mads?
No.
I think I'm a
like?
middle ground.
What's that like?
I think I just have too much anxiety. I need to get
no,
it out
I
of
do
the
too.
way.
Unfortunately, I'm my own worst enemy. It's
You're
like
just-
the voice
yeah.
is coming from inside the house.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think I like having it done too much.
Yeah.
That it just propels me to
I think
get
it's an
it done.
ADHD trait. I think
Do you
it's-
clean your
maybe, yeah.
room?
What? No. I mean, is someone coming over?
No, daily.
Fuck no.
Okay, so there's a commonality here.
Yeah, I don't make my
I'm
bed. I'm like,
I'm a procrastinator, and I think procrastinators are okay with more clutter in their life because it's clutter in the head.
Totally.
And it might be a mental health thing. I don't know, because Mads cleans everything, meticulous, gets
I would love
I
to be that
declutter. I
person.
declutter. But yeah, I'm a declutterer. I need the space clean.
Oh my God.
I
when
do too, but I delegate that shit. You know what I mean? I'm like,
I delegate. I
yeah.
can't do it myself. It won't happen.
Yeah,
It won't
exactly.
happen.
Well, you have a kid too, so you have a good excuse.
No, but before it wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
Like I can't do my laundry. I'm sorry. It just won't fucking happen.
Oh my
It'll
God.
be like I am literally out of clothes for 3 days straight.
Yeah.
Before I actually
No,
do the
Amanda,
laundry.
we're inside
But the
out
thing
first.
is, I will procrastinate on like life admin things. So the thing with the IRS,
Like passports.
like passport,
Yeah.
or I had to get my car registration. God, who the fuck?
I'm like
knows?
99% sure I have a cavity right now, and it's been like a month of it. You know
one
what I mean? Like,
cavity, one cavity. I had 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's not something you should do.
No, I have a thing. I have like a problem where
yeah,
like
no
no matter
saliva. It's like saliva is like
it's a genetic thing. No matter
yes, it
how
is.
much I take care of my teeth, no matter how clean they are, I am prone to cavities.
Totally.
So I live there and I hate them, and they know I hate them, and I make their life miserable when I walk in the door.
See relatable
Do
content.
you still go to Tijuana to get your
Whoa.
teeth done?
No, I got health insurance, so I go to La Jolla now.
You know, we're all look. It's all happening. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Our dad is.
No. It's because I didn't have health
No, but
insurance
also
for
our
dental,
dad-
and I was 22, so I call myself still on my dad's payroll.
Right.
And I called my dad. I went to the dentist because I was like, I need to do that. I'm an adult.
Yeah.
Haven't been. Let's go. Did it. They said it's going to be $15,000 to do all of this. And so I called my dad, and I was like, hey, because I was a college dropout and mentally ill.
Yeah.
I called my dad, and I was like, hey,
Right
it's
on.
15 grand. And he goes,
like-
fuck that. I'm taking you to TJ. So for like 4
gotta love a
months
resourceful father.
straight,
That's
every
amazing.
week we drove to Tijuana. Every week.
Wow.
I got
I
root
think
canals in TJ.
that's not an easy drive.
They yanked. Well, I'm in San Diego.
We're in
Oh,
San
okay,
Diego.
yeah.
It's
They
a little
yanked out
hop,
something, and I
skip, a
bled
jump.
for 24 hours. Like we ate tacos afterwards every time. It was
Maybe
like
there's a correlation between the cavities and the Tijuana and the. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
where it's all coming back.
I don't know, but get a dentist on the line. We need to. We need
Yeah.
to call. We need to call.
Anyways, okay, coffee or tea?
Coffee. I hate tea. It's something I hate about myself, but I hate tea.
You know what?
I want to be.
Same.
I want to be a person who likes tea.
I want to be
It's
so
too watery.
badly.
It's just dirty water.
Yeah, I don't like flavored I don't like La Croix or whatever that
I hate
thing.
that.
I
I
don't
need a
like
thickness.
subtle taste.
I need something thick.
Yeah.
I feel like it also makes my tongue dry.
Oh,
See, I've never
yes.
even drank it long enough to know what it would do. Like, I don't know. I hate it. I really want to like it. Like, I'll go to tea and I just eat all the sandwiches.
Also, it doesn't actually give you, in my opinion, although I had this jasmine green tea from Communal Coffee in San Diego. I have to go back and ask them the brand
Ooh.
because they actually did like a kick. Like I was
you
awake and
felt-
alert. But I find that when I drink tea, I'm like, yeah, I need a coffee. Like
Yeah.
it just doesn't.
Oh, it
do
doesn't kick you up into high.
Oh,
high
no.
gear.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I'm a tired
I
girly.
need the intense shit.
Okay, what's your current affirmation?
Oh my God. No, I do have one. What? I have so many. Oh my God. What's yours? I'm
I
trying
have
to think of
one that
mine.
I write in my journal 3 times a day at the end of my journaling session. I've been doing this one since January. I kind of have one main one. I'm ready and open to receive opportunities that are aligned. Wait, I'm ready. And I don't usually say it out
Okay,
loud.
take 2.
I am ready and open to receive opportunities that are aligned, fulfilling, and that make me wealthy.
Woo! Yes, can I,
I
take
like
that
it.
affirmation?
Yeah, I literally
take
write it
into my
3
body.
times every single morning.
Wow.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a
See,
good
like,
one.
yeah, that kind of thing I can't do. Like, I don't know. Like affirmations, we don't get along that well, me and affirmation. But there are things I like
You say to
repeat to
yourself.
myself all the
Yeah.
time. Like rejection is protection,
Yes.
like all
That's
that kind
good.
of shit.
Rejection is redirection.
Yeah, I say like, what's yours? I'm trying to think of another
Right
one.
now, mine is I am calm and I move through the day with ease and grace.
Oh, I was having like a really this is gonna be. I'm like gonna deny I ever said this. Thank God it's being recorded. But I like the other day I was like feeling really anxious in bed. And when I do, I like rock myself. Do you guys ever rock?
What does that
yourself?
mean?
Oh,
Like you literally just like go like
Yeah,
this?
but like I'm on my side, so I like rock
my
myself.
God,
It
cute.
really helps. Anyway, that's how crazy I am.
No, that's actually not crazy because that's what you do to
babies.
get babies to go to
Yeah.
sleep. So that's why we like to sleep in the fetal position because anything that resembles the womb or early
Right.
childhood, it's very soothing. It's like a somatic soothing experience.
Yeah,
that's why people
I'm
like
just a
rocking
baby.
chairs.
Yeah, I'm just out here trying to do my best. And I was saying to myself, I am safe, I am loved, I am healthy, and something else. But now I can't remember what it was.
I mean,
but it was
those are great.
helpful.
The
I am
simpler-
safe is a
the
big one for
simpler,
me.
The
Yeah,
better.
it's a big
like
one.
it's just I am safe. Yeah, like
I have
it's-
to do it all the time. I am
Yeah.
safe.
like
I am safe.
Yeah.
I
We're
am
good.
safe.
Or
And,
like it's not
root-
about you. You know what I mean? Like sometimes like when
hell
someone
yeah.
is giving you some horrific energy, you're like, not my monkeys, not my circus.
yes.
Ooh, you have so many.
You have
I
little-
guess
you have
I'm
little-
like, who knew I had so
You have little like taglines.
Yeah, you really do.
I like
Oh,
it.
thank you. I
like
appreciate
it.
that.
I like it.
Okay, what's one thing you need to release right now?
Oh my God. I think I need to release I don't know. I think I need to release like people's like perception or like trying to like spend so much time like reading other people's minds, thinking what they think about me. And I am like as I turned 30, I was like finding that I'm doing that more often on a good day, especially leading up to my period and everything. I'm like, oh my God. I think, just like, I think I need to release like perfectionism
Absolutely.
in a lot of ways.
I relate to that so hard. I find that it's such a mind fuck with other people, especially I feel like on the internet, if you know someone, but like maybe you don't know them that well. And I always do this thing where I feel so comfortable with people. And so, especially after a podcast, like maybe I'll DM them too much and I'm DMing them more than they're DMing me.
No, that whole
And
thing
then
after
it
a
gets-
podcast.
And then it gets into my head and then I got to mute them because
Yeah.
I'm just like, they're cooler than me. They don't like me as much. And it's something that I really actually struggle with more than I talk about. And it's this level of perfection. It's
Right.
like a perfectionism thing about I want to be perfect for people.
Yeah.
I want people not just to like me. I
to,
want
like-
them to love
No, I have to be
me.
their favorite.
I have to be their favorite. I have to be their favorite.
The problem with that is that you get good at that, and then you know how to make yourself other people's favorite.
Except
and
your own
then-
favorite, yeah.
Right, and then you're like, who was
And
that?
then also, who am I?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
You completely contort yourself
Right.
and your
You're like,
personality.
I've mirrored you
Yeah.
so much that I don't even know who I am anymore.
I
I used to do
know.
it a lot on my show. Like I'd have someone on and they'd be like, so yeah, like I kill babies for a living. And I'd be like, me too. Like that's amazing. Like I
You
just
like, agree with everything. they say,
everything.
yeah.
And I was like, okay, you know, I
Yeah.
gotta stop that.
That's
Yeah.
a level of perfectionism that I think. What's your sign?
Sag.
Okay, I'm a Virgo. That's what I always try to tell Mads of because I'm messy and I'm
Oh.
not clean and I'm not organized.
Yeah.
But I'm a perfectionist
Me
and
too.
people don't understand how that equates to perfectionism. But it's
Yeah.
such a level of like, I don't like that photo of me on the internet because of this. Or
Right.
like perfectionism of being like the best person to that person
Yeah.
or providing the best service in my business. And it's so detrimental to you because it just eats at you.
Totally.
It just eats at you.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, next one.
What guilty pleasure is getting a little too guilty? John and Kate Plessy.
Oh my
I
God,
know,
John
I
People
was
say
gonna
and
say.
smoking weed, probably. I mean, I don't.
Ooh.
I mean,
Oh,
I
how
really
about that?
don't smoke that much. Like, I smoke at night. I cannot smoke during the day because I just think everyone knows I'm high. And then I'm like, I also
Paranoid,
like,
yeah.
whenever I smoke, I'm like, what is life? Why do I care about working? Why do I care about anything? You know, so I can't smoke during the day. Unfortunately, some people can and they're lucky.
Wait, what does it do for you when you smoke at night? What's the experience? What are you
Silences the lambs.
feeling?
You know, it's just like, it's a transition for me. It's like, okay, like I can, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I get so hyped up on caffeine.
Yeah,
That
that
I'm
you
like,
need to bring it
"Woo,
down."
we got to just take this down a peg. But honestly, I take that back. Like, it's not getting out of hand. It's just like, maybe I could do without it. I think I have so many guilty pleasures. I think my life is a guilty pleasure. Like, truly.
I like that.
Yeah, I have so many. And I don't, the thing about my guilty pleasures is that now, like, they're all in, which is bullshit. Like I
what?
went my whole life hiding the fact that I love slime, that I love certain TV, like Real Housewives. Now it's like this huge, I'm like, this is bullshit. Everyone knows.
Wait, you like slime as an adult?
Oh, love it.
Like just to play with it?
Yeah, but I would like, I have to fidget with something. I gotta like,
okay.
you know?
Yeah.
For me, like Love is Blind was just a guilty pleasure that went too far over the edge because I couldn't walk away from the TV and I always go to bed at a certain time. And then I was having dreams about it. And then I was like filling our team meetings at my business, recapping it with the girls instead of working. And then I was asking my husband all these questions about
that's what life's about,
right?
isn't it?
I was like asking myself, I was like, if we met in the pods, would you choose me?
Yeah.
And then I was trying to like reimagine my, 12-year relationship in reference if we met on Love is Blind. And I'm like, okay, we're going to take a step back because we're getting obsessive and this is not real life and back to my life.
Absolutely.
No, I actually just thought of the mini crossword.
Okay, you know what?
I have issues.
Do I need to get into it then, or should I not even
Connections,
start?
mini crossword, Wordle. It's like the best and worst part of my day. Best when I haven't solved it yet, and then like when I do, I'm like, what is there to look for? Like truly,
when it's done, you're just like, well,
that's my dopamine for the day.
Matt has been you've been trying to do crosswords since the beginning of OK Sister podcast, and it has not happened.
No, yeah, I tried to be like a grandma that just like did crosswords in the morning.
Knitting.
Yeah,
She's
wouldn't that
never
be
done
cute?
either. She's
was
literally
really cute.
never done either.
But the thing was, I did it on my iPad, and on the New York Times app, you can just like get the answer.
Right.
I would just be like,
It is tempting.
just like I would try once and be like, oh fuck it, I just get the answer.
I respect that. I respect that.
My guilty pleasure, my guilty pleasure always is romance novels. The Sisterhood knows this about me. I read romance novels and smut always. But I was reading one, and maybe this is TMI, whatever, but I was reading one that is very, very smutty, that it just like,
what is smutty?
smut?
What is smut? Is that porny?
What is
like
smut?
porn?
What's smut?
erotica, porn.
What does it stand for?
No, it doesn't stand for anything. I don't know what it's from.
It's
But
a
that's
real
what
word? It's
yes,
not like
yes.
slang?
No, it's like to call romance novels.
That's like smut and akotar is all over my fucking feed. And I'm like, I have no idea what these things are. What the hell
What's
is that?
Akotar?
I'm like, get out of here. Give me more.
Akotar is
John
called
K+8.
A Court of Thorns and Roses. It's a book.
Okay.
Now, I read this
Why
book.
does TikTok think I read? No, I'm kidding. I do read sometimes.
So this book is fantasy. I'm not a fantasy girly, but I was like, I'm a book talker. So I was like, I need to read. Okay, let's see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I did not enjoy it. People kept saying that I need to read the second one. And I'm like, I'm sorry. If I have to read until the second one for it to get good, I'm not reading a series.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's also just like Lord of the Rings. Like it's fantasy. It's like Game of Thrones. And people said that it was very smutty in the first book. These people are fucking dumb.
Yeah.
They have never read a smut book in their life. Apparently it gets smuttier, book 5.
Smutty
I
is
was
like softcore porn.
it's porn.
Wow.
It's actual porn.
No, it's
Okay.
just people fucking in the books.
Okay, got it.
Wow. Maybe
Why is
I
it so
should
hard
read
to
that.
It's just kind of a weird word. Like,
Well, that's what it's called, smut.
Is that- so
Anyways,
instead of
People
reading-
masturbate to books, I wonder.
So
I'm
Yes.
sure.
So
I'm
this is where the
sure.
guilty.
I'm
This is where
sure.
the guilty pleasure came in. So I'm reading this book called
God.
Icebreaker, and everyone's reading it. It's all over the TikTok, and I've read quite a few, erotica books, and it just is a real inconvenience. Okay, you're reading this. I'm having a nice Saturday morning, and you get too horny, and so then you have to deal with it, and then you go back to reading. Oh, another sex scene. You got to go deal with it.
Right.
So it's a little too inconvenient to read these books. I was at Dry Bar.
Oh my God.
A sex scene comes out. I
Yeah.
was like, fuck, thank God I have a Kindle. I can read another book. But like, what was I gonna do?
yeah, I can't
can't
read those
read.
books.
No, I
You can't read
feel
in
for
public.
you. Yeah.
So that's I think I like need to ease. It's really good for your sex life. I really encourage it. If you're like
Yeah.
looking to like
sounds
really
wonderful.
spice up the libido, you need to get into the mood easier.
Yeah.
100%. But if it's a Saturday morning, you're trying to read,
Different bug.
It's
Different bug.
Acotar. Maybe do Acotar instead.
One at a time. What are you saying?
I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is. Get it off my feet
Okay.
immediately.
What's your sleep score these days?
100%. I mean, like A+ is all around. I mean, honestly, last night I did not sleep that well. Thank you for asking. But no, I'm obsessed with my
Aura?
sleep. No, because I know that if it says like I'm not at optimal level of performance, I will take that as like I can't do anything.
Okay.
Too
Too much information is too
No,
much.
not good
okay,
information.
so my Oura ring stopped syncing, and I'm procrastinating on emailing them, so I haven't had it for a month, which is
We should
terrible.
just make this a customer service.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oura ring,
podcast.
Oura
please.
ring, excuse
Yeah.
me. I literally have been trying to fucking connect this for a month, and it's not working, and I need to.
That's so weird.
I have rules about my Oura ring.
Yeah.
If I have a score that is in the 70s, I have to like cancel part of my day.
Right.
Like I either have to work from home, work from my bed, take a nap, not do a social event,
Totally.
etc.
I think it's placebo.
No, it's not.
I don't
It's
like
not.
it.
If I would have listened, I wouldn't have gotten COVID that time, and I stand by that. It told me that I was fighting something off. 5 days later, I tested positive for
Wow.
COVID because I didn't listen, and I didn't cancel my day, and I kept going. It is amazing,
Ooh.
but I'm so good at my sleep hygiene that my scores are usually like high 80s or 90s.
You're like Kim Kardashian. She has like 100% every day or something.
I am excellent at sleep hygiene.
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
Sleeping's my favorite thing to do.
Same.
It's
By far.
I love
Same.
it.
You know?
I
And
love
I
it.
don't need to know if I'm doing it right.
How many hours do you need?
I would love 9 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
I like to function 6 to 8.
Okay,
Same.
so I realized that before baby, because I'm tired all the time.
Yeah.
Like I'm just constantly and chronically exhausted, even if my scores are amazing.
Yeah.
And I was realizing that pre-baby, I think I was sleeping just like a little bit too much. So I prefer 9 to 10 hours because it feels glorious in the moment, but I get very exhausted later on. So with baby, I've been noticing a lot of 7.5 hour sleeps. And that's really where I do my best. My best is if I do like 4 to 5, 7 to 7.5 hours, and then one night where I overdo it to
Okay.
kind of like make up for the deficit. And I found with the help of my Oura ring that is the best. Like I need one night a week where
Yeah.
it's like 8 to 9 plus,
Yeah.
8.5 to like 9.5. And then everything else I like to keep in the 7.5 zone because I find that my energy levels are best there.
Fascinating.
Wow, you're very in tune with your body. That's something I want to
Yeah.
work on.
Oh, so in tune.
I need
I don't
to
need
be
to
more in
test if
tune.
I'm ovulating. I don't need to
Yeah.
test. I'm like ovulating because I looked at a tree and now I'm horny. We're
Right.
ovulating today.
Right.
Like, you know, I know.
I looked at Akatar.
Fucking
I
Akatar
literally,
girl.
my body and I are so in sync.
Yeah, that's something it's a journey.
Yeah.
It's a journey to get in sync.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What's the first thing you did when you woke up this morning?
Oh my God. Played fucking
Wordle,
Wordle,
and-
fucking all of that shit. Yeah, no, I did. What did I'm like, my mornings are not that interesting. I took my Lexapro.
Nice.
I remembered today, which was amazing. What did I do? Probably cleaned up all the snacks that I had next to my bed. Like, so I wake up like literally, it looks like a college frat house next to my bed every night. Because just the wheels fall off. Like at like 9, I like need a snack to like watch a show, and
Right.
I'm usually asleep by 9. Who am I kidding? But
Yeah.
before that, like I like to have a smorgasbord of.
What's your favorite
things.
snack?
Oh, I mean every snack. I love snacks. I don't know, chips, cookies. I have to have a cookie a day.
Oh my
pretty
god.
much. Yeah.
I love
Wow.
that.
Yeah.
I wish I was more of a snacker person.
No.
See, you're clean and don't have snacks. Like I want to be.
You don't.
your
You
life. I wanna
do
have your
not
life.
want to be a snack
Okay,
person.
okay. I just feel like people who eat less more frequently through
that's
the
not
day.
snacking.
Oh.
That's not snacking.
No,
That's
no,
small
no. I
meals.
don't eat, and then
And then just
gorge.
gorge all the
Yeah.
snacks. Okay.
Not talking about Jade's specific snack habit.
Okay.
But when I was a snacker,
No,
it
it's no
is
bueno.
so fucking hard to break the snack
Oh,
habit, and
I
especially if
see.
you have an oral fixation, as I do.
Oh, I do too.
It's the this motion.
Yeah.
This is why I smoked cigarettes for so long.
Yeah.
And so you don't want to start the snack habit because you will it's very difficult to break the snack
And then if
habit.
you
Okay,
add like
so-
a edible in there, holy shit! It
Yeah.
just is
so
like
when I smoke weed though, which I
We're
don't
not
do
weed-
often,
we're not
we're not
weed
weed
people.
girlies,
Yeah.
but when I have,
nozzle. It's good.
it did the opposite for me.
No, a lot of
like
people,
I
yeah.
don't get hungry at all. I literally got so much cotton mouth that
You
I
got
literally
anxiety.
can't
My
eat, but I get drunchies like
Right.
to a degree where it's like, oh, all hell breaks
Right.
loose.
I hate being high with a motherfucking
Mm.
passion, but there is nothing better than being so high and having the biggest buffet in front of you and you just motherfucking eat for hours.
What buffet are you going to?
Well, and like at your house. I mean, like at your house. Like you've got like Chinese food, and then you have candy, and then you have pizza. Like you just got it all, and you just sit, and you are like a professional eater in that moment, and that is your only job.
Sunday night for me, baby.
The food is so good.
It's so good.
It's so good, but I can't do it because the other detriments of smoking weed outweigh that positive experience.
Sure,
and
also
soup plantation.
mom.
Is there a soup plantation?
Also, mom.
I think they also you're a mom.
That has
so
nothing
let's
to
not
do
get
with
high.
it. That's nothing to do with it.
Oh, moms get. I guess
Moms
so.
get drunk as fuck
Oh,
around
yeah,
their
that's
kids.
Moms are people too.
That's true.
Moms
are
like-
people too.
Moms are people
Oh yeah, I
too.
forgot.
Moms, they're just like us.
Soup Plantation. I think they changed the name, or I hope.
No,
Did
it went under.
It did.
In COVID, they could not. I'm pretty sure. Like
That
fact check me,
name.
sisters. I'm almost positive that Soup Plantation completely shut down
R.I.P.
during
soup
COVID.
plantation.
I mean, come on, there
That
was
was the
no
middle school hangout for
coming
me.
back. There's no coming back
no.
from COVID. There's none.
No coming back from the name Soup Plantation.
I
Really?
dig it.
It's nostalgic.
Yeah,
It like has a
Plantation.
listen. We didn't go to Soup Plantation because our father is like a food
I don't think you
person.
understand
Is
what
there
I'm
a
talking about.
derogatory aspect?
Yeah.
To,
Yes,
oh, it's
are you guys?
No, see, I was reading it more as like
Oh,
plantation.
No,
Plantation.
Oh,
they got
that.
they got canceled.
Oh, okay, then to hell with
Okay,
them.
we're having a different
Yes,
conversation.
I know. That's why
I was just
we're
thinking
not
about
on
the frozen yogurt.
We're not on the same.
Got
page.
it. Okay, got
Okay,
it.
it's
the
Well, they're
morning,
gone
it's
now,
okay.
so
Next.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Okay. If you only had to use one skincare, we're bringing you back to your skincare routine.
But- no,
if
okay.
you only had to use one skincare product for the rest of your life, what would it be?
You know what?
And
Honestly,
is it Biologique Recherche?
You
Is
know?
that place? Is that still in?
I took like a 9-month break from it for no reason.
Yeah.
But I just did. I stopped buying it, and I just kind of like did a detox of like all skincare.
Yeah.
Because and some therapy and whatever. But no, So I put it back in my routine, and I was thinking like, oh my god, I haven't used it for so long. It's gonna be like the first time again. And it wasn't. It was like,
Yeah.
okay, pass the salt. But you know what? Lately, I'm loving is the Kate Somerville cleanser. Out of
really?
nowhere, it got like
What's the consistency? Like
this is
like
why
a
I don't do
gel?
this shit anymore. No, it's not a gel. It's like a thick paste. I want to say it's a paste.
Oh, it's like
kinda.
it's like a
interesting.
bomb.
No, well,
Oh,
it's no
Oil?
Okay.
It's
A
a
paste.
magical mystery unicorn.
It's
Sure.
a gorgeous
Okay,
girl.
great.
Yeah, I don't know what the consistency is, but
Okay.
it's great. It's doing wonders for me.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm into it.
Okay, next question. Who are you jealous of right now?
Oh my god, probably so many people. Let's think. Okay, who am I jealous of? There's gotta be someone.
But jealousy is always, we always say this.
It doesn't have to be
Jealousy-
a bad jealousy.
Yeah, jealousy is.
It can be a
jealousy
good
is
jealousy.
Being
Okay.
jealous of someone is good.
Like,
because
you want that shit.
shows to yourself what you want
Yeah.
out of life and
No,
what you
okay.
desire.
I'll say mine.
Yeah, please.
I'm jealous of Roxy Nafusi for her fucking
that?
bomb outfits.
You gotta follow this girl.
We were just talking about it in the car.
She's a
She
past
was-
OK sister.
Yeah.
Yes.
Her outfits are next level. I've never seen anyone with better dresses and outfits than Roxy
people that
Nafusi.
can get dressed are always a jealousy for me.
People who can get your. I
No,
mean,
seriously.
I have a stylist come
amen.
over and just help me with my shit because I just can't. It's too. I can't see the forest for the trees. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm like, I walk into my closet and I'm like, I don't. Who am I?
What work?
Yeah.
Yes, I feel that.
You know?
That's why I wear matching sets every day. Just
Matching
to-
sets are.
That's all I wear
Roxy
because I
has
don't
a
want
stylist.
We're
I'm
both in a
pretty
matching
sure.
set.
That's. I mean, I'm always in a matching set
Yeah.
just because it's so easy. You don't have to fucking think about it. It's an outfit.
Totally.
There it is.
It's a
Done.
uniform. It's a uniform.
Yeah.
It's a uniform. Who am I jealous of right now? I love the toast. I've loved the toast for so long.
the podcast. Mhm.
Jackie and Claudia. And I'm jealous of them. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
They're two Jewish sisters who have a podcast, and I love their podcast.
Hey, there's room.
And
There's room for
for all of us.
Yeah. No,
I'm
that's
jealous
great.
of Emma Greed
Yes.
and her Malibu Mid-Century house.
Oh, her.
Oh
I
yeah, like I'm
mean,
probably jealous
that-
of someone's house. Like that's probably.
Oh my
That
God.
Malibu house.
I'm just jealous
is-
of like the lives inland in a gorgeous house and then has the Malibu house that is freaking
that's-
stunning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm
that's
just
the
jealous
dream.
of Emma
I'm
Greed's
jealous of
whole house,
people-
whole
yeah,
life, her whole life basically.
Yeah, I get that. I'm jealous of people who are organized. I'm jealous of people who don't spiral about every social interaction they've ever had
Oh,
at night.
dude.
That seems nice. That seems chill.
That's been something. I don't know. Maybe so. Like at my engagement party, me and my fiance the next day, we were like, "Oh, we said this to this person. Oh, is it okay for?" I'm like, "Wait, we need
all
to
do
stop.
it. We
Yeah.
all do
We need to
it.
stop because these were all people that we love. Like these are
Totally.
our closest friends and family. Like,
Totally.
Who the fuck cares if we said something? And also, they don't remember. Like,
Or also
Yeah.
permission
Just
for things to
stop.
not land sometimes.
Yeah, just
like
you,
remember
not
things-
everything you say has to be a fucking winner.
I'm like, yes, it does. No, yeah, no, I know. Trust me, I know. But that's the perfectionism again.
Yeah, I remember on Thanksgiving I said that I was grateful that mom and dad got a divorce because
That's wonderful.
then we had their step siblings, and I
Yeah.
meant it like I'm so great.
Yeah.
But I could have just said I'm grateful for my step family.
I like the way. at least
But I started
spice
it
up
the
a
other
little.
way,
I
and
like
it was
it.
like dead silent.
I
on
don't
the
remember that.
Oh my god! And
No, that's
I
festive. That's what.
That's
That's what.
festive.
That's what the holiday's all
for
about.
3 days. I was like, God fucking damn it! You know,
I like
Oh my
it. I'm
Okay,
into
I
it.
love this last one. What's been sitting in your cart forever?
Oh God. Oh shit. I'm the person that has 27 carts going at once. Like
Yeah, same.
every tab is open. Something that's been sitting in my cart for that new. I'm not going to talk about skincare again. I hate this.
No, go
that
for it.
new Lemmy. What is like the Lemmy light
Lemmy?
or something? Lumi light. Like it's like this little stick. That's it's like $3,000.
Oh, cute.
And I just can't pull the trigger.
Wait,
you know what I mean?
It's a stick. Can you,
It's like a
can you
stick.
explain it a little?
It's like a stick infrared light.
Oh, yes.
And it's
yes.
good. That I mean, I suppose allegedly it's good. That has been sitting in my cart, and a Glamcore mirror with lights. Like I need another.
Like a vanity.
like a full length.
Oh.
They have the
Ooh,
because
like
I just
that.
my God bless my husband. I cannot rely on him any longer to take pictures.
Oh
of
no,
me.
absolutely not.
I will get divorced.
I don't have a Instagram boyfriend.
No,
or-
like
I
Ben
can't.
really.
He's real not great.
He's very like patient
Yeah.
or accepting of you doing it.
Oh, for sure, but he does not wanna be involved.
Does not want to be
He-
involved.
No,
He
Dylan
doesn't.
tries, and I'm always late. So then I'm always asking him to do it when we're late, and we're out, and he doesn't get my shoes, and the shoes are the best part of the outfit, and then it's my head's chopped. And so I just need to just take mirror selfies, and
Yeah,
none of my
same. Yeah.
lighting in my house is conducive. So I need a mirror with lights on it.
Okay.
So that's
Also,
what's
mirror
in my cart.
selfies are great for perfectionists because we can control
Yeah.
the angle, the composition, the way our body looks. Like I find mirror selfies for me.
I
to
don't
be
know how all
a
these
plus.
bitches. I don't know how all these bitches are taking pictures. I don't know how they're getting all this content.
I think they have friends.
Friends,
They
I don't
have
have those.
content.
No.
I don't have that. Yeah,
They
what
have
are friends?
They have someone who understands that one must sit
I need-
for
Yeah.
a while.
When I'm with my friends, you're right. I do get a lot of content.
I know.
Yeah, my
but
husband's pretty good at it. If I ask him to, he'll
he
take a
is-
bunch.
Yeah, he's
and
good.
then he'll ask me to take one of him.
What
Oh,
you know
that's
what's
nice.
Yeah.
You know what's like next level though is like if they take candid ones of you.
Okay.
Like, that
Let me tell you something.
I would. Yes.
Do you know how many remarkably beautiful, perfectly compositioned
your child.
videos and photos I have of
Yeah.
my husband
And his-
with our
yeah,
daughter?
totally,
He
totally.
just the first, and I told him I was like, "You
Please
need,
take more
please
candid. Yeah.
me like," and I will literally be like, "Fucking phone it, fucking."
No, truly.
She's hugging me. She's hugging me, and then she's like, "Oh right, okay," and then she moves. The first photo
I'm
he
prematurely
ever-
frustrated with my husband about that.
Oh, it's gonna be bad. The first photo he ever took of me, I have like my C-section thing. I'm holding her. I'm naked. She's peeing on me.
Oh, my
And he's
God.
like, "You wanted more candid photos?"
Still
And
art.
I look like this.
Like, oh my God, I love
Read
that.
the room.
Yeah.
I know.
No, I'm like
so
the kind of, I'm
frustrating.
so toxic. Like if I get like an intrusive thought about like, oh, one day of like, what if, or I see on TikTok like all these women saying that their husbands take no pictures of them with their child.
Yeah.
I'm like, Dylan, do you promise that when we have a kid, like I try to fight, like have every problem solved before it happens. He's like the child that we haven't even thought of having. Yeah.
No,
I'm like,
but you know what? It's good. It's
I'm like
good.
mad at him already.
No, you have to.
I didn't realize it until she was like 4 weeks. I was like, wait a minute.
There's
I
no
have
photos of
these
me.
Instagram videos of you are going viral, and there's nothing of me with my daughter.
How
Nothing.
dare you?
Nothing.
Yeah. All right, should we ask our last question?
Yes.
Oh my God.
We ask everyone that comes on OK Sister podcast this. I wonder if we asked you for the first one, we should go back and listen.
Oh my God, that would
Don't,
have
or
actually
don't. Yeah,
Please
actually,
don't.
please, for the
I'm
love
pretty
of God.
sure that we incorporated that question pretty early on, but who
Yeah.
knows? Anyways, if you could brag about one thing and you weren't allowed to be humble, what would you brag about?
Ooh, I'm like, is it bad? There's so many things.
No,
it's
it's
also like kind of
good.
like what I wish people would ask me about. If I could brag about one thing, it would be, maybe because this version of me is just dead and I don't identify with her anymore. But I mean, this is so bad. This is so obscure. I was president of my class every year in high school, and then I was president of my school. And I just feel like no one asks me about that.
Fuck
you
yeah.
know?
I love that.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm bragging. No, about myself in high school and literally my perfectionism.
No, but that is like
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal. Like when you're proud of your high school self, like that's huge.
No, but that's the thing is like I work on that in therapy and I'm like, oh, it's my attachment issues that like everything was manifested. I was like, oh, I had no mental illness in high school. Oh, yeah, I absolutely did. No, and I was actually like, I was not insufferable, I promise. But no, what's something else I wish I could brag about? Honestly, not much these days. I don't know.
Your
what are
marriage?
your guys'? My marriage. Oh, yeah.
1
shit.
year.
Yeah, 1 year. 1 year.
Your new podcast.
Yeah.
It's fucking killing it.
Yeah,
Jake Shane
thank
on.
you.
Like,
Yeah.
hello.
No, I'll brag about all that stuff. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Yeah. What would you brag about?
Right now, I would brag that I'm feeling very confident in my business and who I am as like a entrepreneur and how I'm moving my business forward.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
I have new ones. Okay. What's yours?
I would brag.
I'm interviewing you
Yes.
guys now. Sorry, I've turned this on its head.
You're fine.
I would brag about the fact right now, because it changes like every couple weeks. I'm really proud of the fact that I feel like this week I feel a really great balance and empowerment in the way I am navigating my work and being a mom at the same time.
Yeah.
I feel like I've come to a really great place of, okay, I need this much support. I need this many hours to work. I want to be with her this many hours. And I feel like I know balance, quote unquote, isn't a thing, but I feel really proud because I actually feel like in the last couple weeks, I've found a really great balance.
That's great. Oh my God, I love these. I think, yeah, some of the things that are coming to mind is like, I'm proud of how I handle like my friendships and like the people in my life. And I feel proud that like I really meet people where they're at. I try not to have like too many expectations of people. And I feel like I think when you're in your late 20s, 30s, like friendship looks so different in like every stage of that part of your life. And all my friends, you know, like we're all kind of sprinting in different directions right now. And it's hard for everyone to be good friends to everyone. So I'm proud of myself because when I was younger, I would just like shut the door immediately when like I felt any sort of distance with a friend or I felt like there was any sort of like misalignment. And now I've like started to just like leave the door open and being like, okay, like maybe me and this friend aren't in the same place in our life right now, but like I have to leave room for the fact that we might get to that place. And just like letting friendships be more fluid than like needing to like rank and say like when was the last time they called me and I called them and keeping score and you know all of that stuff that's so maddening.
Yeah.
So I just try to like
I love that.
That's beautiful.
That's a huge one.
It's such a big
navigating
one.
friendships.
Yeah.
Oh
especially
boy,
at
is
age.
it.
I feel like it's something that comes as when you're like in late 20s, early 30s, when you realize that it's okay if you're a little distant from a friend and it does ebb and flow over your life or it you know disappears and it's okay.
And that friendship breakups are super natural. Like
supernatural.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for
Thank you
coming on the
guys
podcast.
for having
Will
me.
you tell everybody where they can find you, follow you, listen to your podcast?
My podcast is called Live from Bed with Jade Iovine. It's on every Tuesday. So listen wherever you get your podcasts and on every social platform. I'm humiliating myself at Jade Iovine.
Yay!
Thanks,
Love you,
guys.
love you, sisters.